station. Now broadcasting.
Heavyweights tonight.
A quick peek into the locker room as the players get set for the game ahead, looking to make a big splash here tonight. Happy Friday night, everyone. Time to kick off the weekend with the NBA on 2K Sports. Along with Grant Hill and Brent Berry and our sideline reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson. A moment here to see the numbers for Zach Rieseshay.
And by looking at his true shooting percentage over the last 5 games, you can see how much he's paying attention to his shot selection, and it's showing.
Now Atlanta starting 5. Rieseshay and Johnson, they're the forwards. Dyson Daniels out there with Trae Young. And it's a Kongwu in at the 5, roaming the paint. And for Chicago, we've got Kobe White. Nikola Vucevic is out there with Buzelis. Then it's MP, and it's Dosunmu in at the small forward. A battle of the big men. Grab some popcorn for this face-off at the center position tonight, Grant.
Oh, no question, B.A. I mean, these bigs bring the size and skill. Who has more tools in their toolkit? I mean, we're about to find out.
And so off the tip, it'll be the Bulls. And the power finish by Vucevic.
Love it when Vucevic attacks with intent. He has the size and strength to dominate around the cup.
Okongwu with it. Here's Young. And he gets it to go.
The defensive effort was lacking a bit, but hey, give him credit for finding a weakness there.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
MP's shot is good. Grant, what a blazing hot start to MP's career. He becomes the fastest to 5,000 points. Incredible.
And for anyone wondering if MP's game would translate to the NBA, you can stop wondering. Getting to 5,000 so fast shows that MP is well on his way to being an all-time great.
He drops it from range.
Yeah, nice pass by MP. You know, he knows how to run an offense.
Pass to Young. Puts up a 3. Drills it from deep. Young's got 5.
Anything you can do, I can do better. That one felt a little personal right there.
Yeah, again, you can't take this too far to make it too selfish, but that exchange, that's fun to watch. Now, they can't miss 4 for 4 and warming up the burners.
Young against MP. It's hauled in by the Bulls. They beat the Hawks during their last encounter in Atlanta.
And they won that last game between these teams easily, posting a scorching hot field goal percentage.
After nailing the first 4 shots of the game, some relief for the defense. They finally missed one.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. And you look at the history of the Hawks. Brett, they've won 1 NBA championship. That was back in 1958.
Yeah, B.A., tough for people in Atlanta to even recognize that because the team wasn't there in 58. They were in St. Louis, and they were led by the great Bob Pettit, who was one of the first really impressive, agile big man of his era.
For Chicago, they've gone 5 of 6. They're rolling. Inside. Floats one. Good efficiency. He's drained 4 out of 5.
What touch on the teardrop. MP just letting it glide off his fingertips.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Well, MP in the last matchup against the Hornets just played phenomenal. He picked up 54 points. What an offensive performance overall, turning in a new season high for him in points. A game that nobody will soon forget, that's for sure. How is he going to follow that up tonight? We'll see, guys.
All right, Alec, thanks for the update. It'll be interesting to see if he can heat up once again tonight, Graham.
Yeah, you know he wants to do exactly this, BA. Just needs to continue to play with the same fire and energy.
And you want to see him make sure that the teammates are also involved in what they're doing, especially if he draws that much attention.
Here's Young after the basket by Chicago. Three-pointer. He buries it from three. Young's got his third bucket of the night.
Good up-tempo play there from Young, firing that shot off before the D could react.
Here's Hernandez. Another basket. He's now 6 for 7 in the contest.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area.
And Young has got the ball here for Atlanta. They trail by 7. They defeated Milwaukee in their last game.
And they were aggressive. I mean, they went at their opponent, showing they belong.
To the middle. Here's a Kongwu. And it's Chicago with a board. Vucevic has got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's MP. And MP throws it down.
More points for MP, and you just think about the possibilities of this young player moving forward. He is something.
And Quinn Snyder decides to call timeout, and we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. By Billy Donovan. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Pass to White. Back to MP. Lets it fly. Nice job by MP converting it tight.
Impressive. Their ball movement has been excellent tonight.
On the court for the Hawks. Shea and Johnson, they're the forwards. Then there's Dyson Daniels. Then it's Royce O'Neal. And it's Simpson in at the 1. Bulls leading by 5. White on the wing. From 10 feet away. Cash. It's MP picking up the assist. White's gotten his first bucket of the night.
They're locked in and focused on making each possession a success.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down. And the game is fully in their control.
Up top, Giddey. That's good. His first made shot in 3 attempts.
And another great assist. The offense is really clicking now.
Down low. Here's Simpson. And he floats it in for the easy 2. Credit the sweet setup on that one.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
Pass to Buzelis. To the inside. Hernandez. Oh, look at MP doing his thing down there.
They're playing great team basketball. It's good movement and sharp, crisp passing.
Here's Simpson. No good on the triple.
And they've committed to controlling the boards, and it's paying dividends.
Giddey finds MP. And he drops it in from the low post. And now an 11-point Bulls lead.
I really don't think there's any way to slow them down. They have the defense scrambling out there.
Well, nothing that they're doing seems to be making an impact. And there are some nights where you just run out of options, whether it's by personnel or by tactic.
Now here's Giddey. And right now he's currently putting up 6.5 points per game.
Well, he's got the space. MP will not hesitate to throw it down.
Pass to Simpson. From 13. Good work there as it goes. Simpson's got 12 points.
This is not a player who likes to be trailing in any game. That lights a fire.
Back to MP. Oh, MP takes the contact and converts.
And you know Coach loves seeing his offense operate at this level. Great passing out there.
Here's Simpson, covered by MP. Oh, MP with a block. Outside Giddey to the paint. Here's MP. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Giddey. Giddey's got 3 assists in the game.
Their defense just falls apart once the ball goes inside.
6-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. Pass to O'Neal. And And he's going to the line for two. The official saw contact while he was going up.
And they seem to have taken a more heads-on approach this quarter, and it's getting them to the free throw line.
He's shooting free throws number 4 and 5 here. Both teams will make substitutions. And he's good on the second. Chicago leading by 11. Pass to Buzelis. DeSumo, right side. Back to MP. And he drops in the layup off the glass. MP's got 28 points for the game.
That's been the story of their offense so far, getting a number of looks from point-blank range.
There's Young with the three. That shot, no good. And so it's Chicago in command with a 13-point lead at the end of the quarter. Building this lead up in large part because of how well they're shooting it. We'll be right back with you shortly.
I'll be on fire, bro. What do you mean, bro?
Thanks for tuning in. Did you miss us? Before we discuss the game at hand, let's first check out the upcoming schedule.
They won't see home sweet home for a while, but sometimes the road creates solidarity for the guys, team unity.
Especially if you're winning. But if you're losing, these long road trips can feel endless.
Now we'll take a look back at our featured game. That was quite a performance for the Bulls.
This has been a weight room game. They're just stronger on the glass, and they're playing with a mean streak, guys.
What do you know about weight rooms, Kenny?
He knows how to avoid them.
Ooh.
Thanks for joining us. Time to head back over to the third quarter with Brian Anderson.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Hey, you look at MP in this game, he's been everywhere.
I like how they control the tempo and play to his strengths.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Ayo DeSumo out there with Buzelis. Then there's Nikola Vucevic. Then it's Kobe White. And it's Hernandez in at the point guard position. That's the group for Billy Donovan getting going here in the second half. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
The pass, the catch, the slam. What a clean play.
Man, absolutely jaw-dropping. Well, Brent, we hear the term empty stats ever so often. What are your thoughts about that phrase?
BA, when you play such a long season, there are going to be nights where the game is not all that competitive. But we also know that throughout the course of long seasons, there are teams that are not going to be competitive. Still, those guys going out there on a nightly basis and putting up their numbers, getting those reps in, it means they're capable.
There's Young with the three. Chicago with a rebound. Vucevic has got his 7th rebound here tonight.
They've shown that power inside. Their rebounding effort has been sensational.
MP shot is off.
Well, he creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
Young misses.
At some point, you need to know when to stop shooting. Just too many misses piling up for him.
Buzelis' shot is good.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
And so it's Atlanta with it. The Bulls making their last shot. Picked up by Okongwu. The three from Riza Shea. And it's Chicago with a board. And after this game wraps up, they're off to New York to take on the Knicks. That's the first of a 3-game trip out on the road for them. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey, BA, the Hawks are figuring it out. Coach Quinn Snyder said growth isn't linear. We want to just keep improving. The players have bought in. They're working. They're practicing hard, hitting the film. Everybody has been absolutely coachable. I think we're learning. Guys, it's all about the journey here.
Yeah, I'm trying to take that next step. That's how it's done. Thanks, Allie. And they're on the run. Here's Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Great lift off the floor. Johnson is electric.
DeSumo, the pass to MP. MP packs it home.
Come on now. This kind of powerful finish gets guys going.
Yeah, especially when it's coming from your point guard. What a flush.
Yeah, great read. Calls his own number and then sends it home. His touch has left him in this quarter nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
To the inside. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Hernandez got 34 points.
They are passing the ball around tremendously right now.
Young finds Johnson. Here's Risache. The three. It's hauled in by White.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
Daniels passes to Okongwu. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu.
Even though he's young, Daniels tends to make the right decisions with the ball in his hands.
And timeout is called by... And so MP will bring it up for the Bulls. Earlier in the game, they led by 19. And the Hawks, looking at who they've got. We got Risache, also Royce O'Neal out there. And it's Simpson in at the point. Here's Risache. Pass to Daniels. Tucker with a screen. Launches a three. Daniels misses.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him. And that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
And MP gets it to go on the assist from Giddey. Giddey's got his 4th assist with that last one. Trying to find a spark here.
Yes, indeed. A rough stretch offensively. They could really use a basket.
Simpson. Three-pointer, no good.
Looks like the game plan is they're willing to give him that kind of shot. It worked out for them this time, but if they give it to him again, I bet 3 points are coming.
They have no answer defensively inside.
Here's Risache. After the basket by Chicago. To the middle. Here's Daniels. 6 on the shot clock. Chicago with a rebound. Giddey's got 4 rebounds now. Grant left side. Back to MP. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in. MP's got 42 in the game.
Well, MP goes through the defense for the score. Wow.
And so it's Quinn Snyder here calling timeout. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. A big group substitution here for Chicago. Vucevic, he's checked in for Smith. Buzelis comes in for Williams. DeSumo, he's checked in for Grant. And it's White in for Giddey. Now here's Young. Outside Johnson. And here's Okongwu. There's Young with the three. Sinks it from distance.
His first 3 of the half. That gives him 9 total points from beyond the arc so far.
Back to MP. And a nice finish on the layup. Hernandez got 44.
And talk about imposing your will. That's 10 straight points in the paint.
Pass to Risache. Back to Young. Brent, you've spent some time in front offices. How much more do teams rely on analytics now versus even a decade ago?
Oh, a massive amount, BA, but there are a lot of teams that are still aren't there. I think it's a constant battle about how far you're going to push, leaning into the numbers with all these net ratings and the ways that you can start to digest what it is that guys are producing on the floor. Teams are getting smarter and smarter.
And that's what happens when you let MP get positioning inside.
Just about 3 minutes through the 4th and final quarter here. Young misses. Chicago leading by 19. Back to MP. And he banks in the layup. MP's got 48.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
Young can't hit. Here are the Bulls with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Back to MP. Pass to Vucevic. Inside. Young against MP. The shot that time not on target.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Bulls.
And of course, they really dominated in the paint tonight.
They obviously came in looking to impose their will, attack the heart and soul of that defense, and it led to a lot of good looks.
And in the big picture, this marks their 43rd win of the year.
But they've got 2 more chances to get some revenge. The matchup doesn't favor them, but against a conference opponent, they're going to battle hard.
And what a huge performance it was for MP.
Oh, those points he had tonight, all critical.
Another bucket! Wow!
Putting on a scoring clinic.
Hey, it's become an old habit. He's tied for the 4th most 50-point games in a single season.
Think about this. This is his 9th 50-piece, tying the great Wilt Chamberlain. Kobe's 10 is next up at 3. He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
And the basket by Dosunmu.
Showing us that killer instinct right now. No letting the foot off the gas for them.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them, complete control.
Here's Young, using his post moves to get the 2 points.
Great job by Young there, not settling for a jumper and getting that ball close in.
Down low, here's MP. And another one!
That's 52 points for him.
Making it all look too easy right now. Now Young. So it's the Bulls winning this one easily. Well, this might not have been the most competitive game we've ever seen, but you've got to appreciate their masterful performance.
And I'm sure their fans appreciated it too. We saw the outstanding defense and a loaded offensive effort. And they were just dominant out there.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. So alongside Grant Hill, Allie LaForce, Brent Barry, and our entire 2K crew, I'm Brian Anderson saying thank you for watching. So long, everyone.
That takeometer, bro. What do you mean, bro?
Another game, another win. Back to work tomorrow. Son, you win so many games, I'm running out of things to say. NYC, baby. The stars are out. Say what's up to Spike for. These are the games you have to win to be taken seriously.
Don't forget to bring the family to an upcoming game where we're giving away free $10. fans are already pumped up, and the energy is visibly escalating outside of this venue. Welcome, everyone, to a great Sunday night with the NBA here on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, and with us from the sidelines tonight, David Aldridge. Let's check out the Eastern Conference standings now that we're in the new year. Taking a look at Chicago, they've been in peak form as we've watched them play some tremendous basketball with an eye toward the postseason. And of course, there's the Knicks. Just need to take it a game at a time.
Well, I think for New York, lately they've been off their game just a little bit. It's led to them losing that top spot here in the standings.
They've got plenty of time left to get back to being the team we thought they'd be heading into the year, but they better do it quick.
Let's check out Chicago's starting lineup. They've got Vucevic, MP out there with Kobe White. Then it's Dosunmu, and it's Booz Ellis in at the power forwards position. And for New York, and the forwards will be Bridges and Hart. Miles McBride out there with Jalen Brunson. And it's Towns in at the 5, roaming the paint. Midway through the season now, RJ, how important is a team's rhythm at this point of the season?
You need to have your set schedule and routine. Things that keep you grounded and let you go about your business on the court.
It's stolen by Vucevic. And here we go. Fast break. MP's got it. Count the basket.
That is a play that is beyond his years. MP takes the contact and still gets it to fall.
Pass to McBride. Back to Brunson. Three-pointer. Chicago grabs the miss. They beat the Knicks during their last encounter in New York.
Yeah, they cruised to a win in these teams' last encounter, and their field goal percentage was off the charts. A great sign for MP in his career, the ability to convert in traffic.
Here's Bridges. Rebounded by Vucevic. And here are the Bulls now. 4-point game. Back to MP. Nails the baby hook. MP's got 6.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
And defensively, if you are not on point, Brunson more than capable of finishing inside.
GA, as you know, Jalen Brunson is a second-generation NBA player.
Yeah, his dad, Rick Brunson, was an 11-year vet who also played overseas and eventually settled in as a coach in this league. So Jalen grew up in those NBA locker rooms.
The Knicks shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
And both free throws good for Brunson.
And one area where Brunson's improved is in the clutch. He's a monster in crunch time. Nice to have a player you can depend on in those key situations.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
Knicks have gone 1 of 3 for the field to start this one so far. Pass to Hart. They set the pick. Back to McBride. Down low. Vucevic defending. Great D that time from Vucevic.
Slow start. 1 of 4 to begin this game.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Bulls shooting their first free throw of the game right now.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
For the Knicks, it's been a slow start here. They trail by 6. Bridges kicks to Towns. Out to Brunson. His three-pointers off the mark.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
Bulls moving the ball around. MP inside. He's against Bridges. Hernandez can't get it to go. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. MP in the last game against the Hawks was all business. He finished with 52 points, and he was dominant at the offensive end with a high field goal percentage as well. Totals like that put him in rarefied company. A game for the ages. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. You're right. He was a one-man wrecking crew in that one.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same attitude tonight.
And I'll be interested to see if the opposition looks to double him, because this should open up opportunities for his teammates to get going.
The Bulls leading by 3. Back to MP. Vucevic the pass to MP, and the shot is good. MP's got 12.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
Pass to McBride. Back to Brunson. No good from outside.
His consistency just hasn't been there this quarter in terms of his shooting.
Here's Hernandez. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. 14 points for him.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
There's 1:17 left here in the opening quarter. Bridges outside. The kick out to Towns. From outside, off the mark. The Bulls have gone 8 of 10 shooting, coming out very strong. And MP gets it to go on the assist by Buzelis.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed.
Corner, it's Bridges. Now Hart, this one for 3. That one's in. His first shot this game.
You can't afford to let Hart get going from deep. He's ready to shoot when given the opportunity.
Down low, here's MP. Count it.
The plan of attack is obvious. Get the ball inside and go strong to the rim.
Knicks trail by 8. Hart with the screen for Bridges. We've got 22 seconds left to play in the first. Bridges has gone 2 for 5 tonight. Here's Hernandez, and MP throws it down.
When MP is having a night like this, you just can't keep him from getting the ball.
And here's Brunson outside. And another 3 for New York.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
Offense, the order of the day as the first quarter comes to a close. Bulls lead by 7. And we'll be back in just a moment with the start of the second quarter. Some changes. Ellis is checked in for Jalen Smith. White comes in for Jeremy Grant. And MP subbed in for Dosunmu. Towns, the pass to McBride. Now here's Brunson. New York missing again.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
We've got Jalen Brunson. He's out there with Miles McBride. Mikal Bridges out there with Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Champagnie in at the 4-man position. That's the 5 for New York right now. New York, no good that time either.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Oh, the defense is making it too easy for NP. When you let him get this close, he will finish it all night long.
And for those that are just joining us in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. Brunson the pass to Bridges. Takes a 3. Brunson no good.
Gotta find easier shots when you're already struggling. That's not gonna get it.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, as always with Tom Thibodeau teams, they are level-headed. He said of his Knicks, we want guys to sacrifice and put the team first. But there has to be that belief. When your best players have it, your entire team ends up having it. We know if we stay disciplined, we'll have a chance to win. Kevin?
A very good chance, D.A. Thank you.
You know, some people could say he's struggling on offense this period. I like to think of more of drowning. Just can't seem to find his confidence.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And guys, to go on a big run, get some breathing space, it has to be a great play on each end. I'm trying to think of the last time I saw him miss a shot like that. It's been a while.
And he banks in the layup. Hernandez has got 8 points here in this quarter.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Brunson with a clean look, drills the three-pointer.
And Brunson more than comfortable shooting the three, and boy, is he efficient when he lets it fly.
Here's MP, and he uses the glass on the layup. 30 points for MP.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Pass to Bridges. New York moving the ball around. And the dunk by Towns.
And forget those threes. Cat, get the easy ones.
Bulls leading by 14. Here's Buzelis. Connects from three-point range. Buzelis has got 7 points in the game.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Chicago grabs the miss. They are coming off that win against Atlanta.
Yeah, I mean, we saw them do a little bit of everything in that game. Showed a lot of versatility.
It really is fun seeing an offensive function like a well-oiled machine. I'll be interested to see if they can keep doing this.
With 4 seconds on the clock, no good on the layup. MP has been leading the charge for the Chicago Bulls. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. We'll get you back to the action after this break.
Halftime is here. And what better way to tip it off than to analyze the latest news on the trade front?
They're happy to land Bogdanovich. He's a great shooter at the wing position, and he plays with a lot of energy.
It'll be interesting to see how he fits in with his new team. Let's move on now to that first half we were watching. A brutal game so far for the New York Knicks.
They don't want it enough. They're getting bodied up on the boards and doing nothing about it.
Yeah, they get bodied up on the scoreboard as well, Shaq. It may not be their only issue, but it's a big problem.
Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
Look at Shaq, Kilo Dio, Kenny, woo woo. Oh, shit.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You look at MP in this one, he's been everywhere.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
I like how they came into this one with a game plan, and they're just going out and executing it. Terrific job.
And on the floor for Billy Donovan as we get into the second half. White is out there with MP. And it's Vucevic, then it's Buzelis, and it's Dosunmu in at the 3 spot. And you hear, Richard, about players dunking and putting a hurting on the rim, but that iron sometimes can put a hurting on a player's hands too, right?
Oh, and then when you get older, those landings, they can start to hurt too. End of the day, there's a price to be paid for all that high flying and rim wrecking, and it's worth it.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And the layup's good off the glass. 36 points for MP.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
Pass to McBride. Bridges outside. Hart wide open. He fires. Drills it from outside. Hart's got 6.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing? Look, when you've made your first 3 shots of the half, I think it's okay for a heat check.
Brunson scanning the floor. Comes up empty down low.
Nothing just seems to be bouncing his way today. Mama said there'd be days like this. They have missed his production.
And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. And as we check out this year's contenders for the dunk contest, we get a look at some of the showmen, the best showmen in the NBA.
And with the names on that list, you know we're going to have a crazy competition this year.
Well, you look at Buzelis, and I know he'd like to make a move up in the consideration. He's got all the athleticism you hope for from a dunk contest participant.
He sure does. Lots of competition, though, in the running this year to get that big invite.
So there you go. And as it's looking, this year's dunk contest is shaping up to be a fantastic competition. We'll keep you updated on the voting.
No doubt it's going to be a good one, Kevin. We've got players on that list who'll do things that you didn't even think were possible. And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Bridges outside. Lays it up off the glass. He's got 9.
Nice effort by Bridges. He's got that wiry strength.
The Bulls leading by 18. Back to MP. It's rebounded by Brunson. And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for New York. They get to take on the Heat at Miami after this one. And that'll be the first of a 2-game road trip for him. To the inside, White. And it's good, 2 points. And the Bulls lead by 20.
Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. The Knicks making a switch here. Champagne's checked in. And Chicago shooting so well, the offensive execution has been brilliant. 66% from the field. We've got T.J. Warren, Miles McBride out there with Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Champagne in at the 4. That's the 5 for New York right now. Pass to Warren. New York moving it around. Towns trying to get open. And the shot by Warren, no good. And it's Smith, top of the key. To the paint, here's Giddey. And he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Well, Giddey loves to finish strong inside, and he knows how to take advantage of his size.
Towns, a screen on Grant. And the wide open shot from Warren. And it's off from 3-point range. Inside. And it's Grant that time on the assist by MP.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
They've played fantastic ball, and you can feel the hush that's come over this crowd.
Here's Towns. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. So, Greg, you played the point. In create a player, if you had to pick a different position to play, which would it be?
Ooh, good question, Kevin. Probably small forward, wing. I'd like to be a fearsome finisher who can soar and dunk over everybody.
And Towns drops them both.
You know, the size, talent, and fearlessness of Towns is a lethal concoction, a prime-time player who poses many problems for the defense.
That one falls.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Fourth quarter now. We're about a minute and a half in. Towns up top. Here's Warren. Good, and the assist goes to Towns. Warren's got his first points of the game.
TJ's a wing who doesn't just jack up threes. He likes to get physical on the inside as well.
Shots good by Hernandez.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
Pass to Champagne. Left side, Towns. Over Smith. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Towns has got 4 points this quarter.
So skilled at working inside. Towns knows how to operate down low.
Here's Hernandez. Lays it up and banks it in.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Here's Kolek, covered by MP. Kolek, no good. Bulls have gotten absolutely red hot shooting the ball here in the fourth. A perfect 6 for 6. Good on the shot. MP's got 48.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
And here's Warren for 3. Rebound by Smith. Smith's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Grant. That one is good. He's only missed 1 shot of his 6 taken on the floor.
And getting points inside important for Grant. Allows him to get a little bit of extra room on the perimeter when he needs it.
Towns looking around. The 3-pointer no good.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Smith finds Williams. Here's MP. Can't get it to fall. New York's gone 0-3 so far in the 4th quarter from long range.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Bulls.
The bench gave him a big lift in this game.
Listen, Kevin, anytime your reserves can perform at a level that high, it puts you in an excellent position to win the game.
And this will now push it to a total of 44 games in the win. Another one goes. Incredible.
Once again, he's hit the 50-point mark as he continues to be a force of nature this season.
This performance, GA, has tied him for 3rd most 50-point games in a season. He keeps just delivering one great performance after another.
I can't believe he has matched Kobe's 10 games of 50 points. Just shows the level of greatness we are witnessing this season.
The Knicks shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Pass to McBride. Outside, Towns. Out to Brunson. Offensive rebound. Goes up again. Misses the layup.
And you don't see that every day. Usually he'll convert when he gets that close to the rim.
Way to attack there and then create the contact.
No good on the free throw.
And you talk about building a legacy. That's MP's mindset, not just for himself, but for this team.
And he sinks the second. 29 seconds left in the 4th quarter. Brunson kicks to Bridges. 3-pointer. The rebound by Grant.
Another miss from him, struggling to find his rhythm.
Back to MP. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Hernandez has got 53.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
All road wins. They're just so sweet. They're just so sweet. You know why? Because they are so hard to come by.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And that'll do it, folks. Alongside Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony and our reporter David Aldridge and the entire 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long. We'll see you next time.
Hot goat momentum, cat. What do you mean goat momentum, bro?
Way to bring the effort tonight. Solid effort tonight on both ends. A lot of our fans in the house tonight. Should be a fun one.
Shout out to MP, NBA Cup champion. Single elimination games really test a team, and you guys passed with flying colors.
Congrats to MP on his perfect playoff run. That puts him up there with the all-time greats.
Man, respect to MP on winning his finals MVP. Lucky I was out there guarding you.
Just saw MP and them pulled off the sweep tonight. Those boys are going to be tough to beat.
Being an all-star as a rookie is really hard. MP deserves it, though. He's a really good player.
I saw MP had his first career double-double. That shows talent and drive, and we'd love to see both. Keep on keeping on, player.
What do you mean, man?
MP, you my dog and all, look. But you can't let people talk crazy about you like that. You gotta stand up for yourself. Come on, my dog.
For MP to have a game like that in his rookie year, that's a special accomplishment. He can already score with the best of them. Hey, congrats to MP for winning the NBA Cup. That was fun to watch, man. You were on a mission.
What do you mean, bro? What is this guy? You know from this road? What do you mean? No. What do you mean, bro? Well, I gotta get off the chat. I'll be back. I'll see y'all later. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. I get a single view. I will see y'all later. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Drop me a like. Appreciate it. I'll talk to y'all a little bit.